This is a man's flag. But it wouldn't be
Nothing
Sing that song.
without a woman. It's going to be a woman's world after November 8th.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Louis Dix,
I'm Jeff Arnold.
and we're, what's the name of the show?
In a man's world.
Tighten up your belts, as the
Pull up
person
your
who never
pants.
wears a belt always says.
Yeah.
Ladies, go on and make the sandwich. It's been a while. You know what to do. You haven't forgotten it. Women remember everything, so don't act like you don't know. Man, sit up, have your drink. You should have had a great time. What day was that game? The playoff? Since you were in the jersey,
It was Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. It was a great World Series.
Like you don't remember.
Our buddy TDP, the three-letter guy, is off still working and writing on the film for no credit.
Oh.
But hopefully he'll get his credit. That's a process and stuff. The POTUS look like, man, I can't believe you said that. Hey, man, it's that kind of day or evening. It is. It's been a rough 2 days
For you?
me, coaching-wise.
Not working out?
Well, it's over. The little flag football, 7th grade semifinals yesterday. We were in the semifinals and we played a team that had beaten us pretty bad, but we held them. We lost 8-6, but was inside the 5-yard line twice. I'm the defensive coach. I don't coach the offense. And the offensive coach is just a guy that never played sports and
How'd you give up?
knows fantasy football but doesn't know emotional football.
Oh, flag football.
I've learned that years ago. You got to stay out of people's. Let them do the offense. I'll do the defense, and we took that L. These are private
final
school
score?
kids. 8-6. But these are private school kids who just don't. They got nannies and frozen Go-Gurts and.
Yeah, but you gave up 6 though.
No, we gave up 8.
You gave up 8.
Yeah, well, before they beat us like 22-6. So I adjusted my defense, and we were.
Somebody had
now,
to get,
mind you,
somebody had to get cut.
mind you, they got the 8 points off a kickoff, so they ran it back.
Oh, damn.
No, they didn't run it back. Not that game. It was 4th with 2 seconds left, right before the first half ended, and it was 4th and 20-something, and they scramble and then throw it because one of my kids leaves his zone.
Oh.
And I'm like, why'd you leave your zone? Well, I thought. I mean, that's the whole problem. I thought my nanny was going to cover for me. I mean, I'm sure that's what I thought.
Wow.
And today,
he was in the secondary, huh?
Yeah, that was 7th grade yesterday, and today 6th grade went into double overtime. The offensive coach got a long play sheet. He went to Hawaii. He just puts too much.
Flag football?
Oh, my God. And I'm telling him, I'm watching the defense saying, your backside is wide open. Just throw it there. No, he wants to do everything he does. And last year we got into it, and I kind of, pulled back like this guy's just so into it. All right, it was 12-12 at the end of the regulation. We go into overtime, second overtime. Then the last play, because they put the ball on the 20, and then whichever team scores. So the first overtime, that didn't happen. Then we go to the 5-yard line, and they get a play. Each team gets a play.
So where's the head coach in all of this?
No, he's the head coach. I just coach the defense on all three teams.
So he's the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, all of those guys coach their team. I just coach the defense on all 3 teams.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm
Your defensive specialist.
So he then says to me, because I don't argue with him anymore. He's a young boy. The other coaches and I are cool. We talk. But so then he says they get one play in 5. Coach, I want to go monster. I want to go monster, which is blitz. I want to put pressure on him.
Right.
No, we've been holding them in base. Let's stay base.
Right.
No, coach, I want to go. Hey man, okay, fine.
Now he's telling you as a defensive coordinator that he wants to.
Well,
go
he's the head man. So and I'm like, hey man.
So he's the Mike Dicker, you the Buddy Ryan.
I'm like, hey, okay, fine.
46
and then they score. They score and win. And then he's like, my fault, coach. I should have had you stay with my fault. No, hey man, that's. And then I had told him last week in the playoffs we gave up a kickoff return, and I said, look, you got 2 kids on the kickoff who are weak. We need to replace them for the championship game. It's going to hurt us.
Right.
Well, no, I like them. Hey, man, liking them is one thing, But it's a reason they're not on defense.
Right.
They can't pull flags.
Right.
We need to put 2 other guys that are on defense that are used to put flag that the moment won't be too big. And of course, they scored they scored 2. The only time they scored was 2 kickoff returns.
You got any speed on your defense?
Yeah, I mean they little. I mean that's all they. I mean we stay home. We didn't. This game here was not lost on our defense because we didn't give up any points. The points came off 2 kickoff returns, and I told him. And
Special teams.
Then the 8th grade, the team had beat us last week in regular season, like 22-6. So we and this team was good. This team was good. It was good, but we had them. It was 14-12. We lost. It was 14-12, and we had a chance to do a 2-point conversion, and
Y'all did.
Our little fat quarterback decided he wanted to scramble, and so it's been a bad,
How fat is he?
He had a bar mitzvah, let me put it that way.
No.
So that was, but you had a great night Wednesday night after 108 years.
Yeah, I predicted this way back before the season started.
No, it was predicted by that kid in that yearbook in '93.
What, 24?
Michael Lee.
Yeah.
He said that, hey,
Cleveland and the Cubs would go extra innings, Game 7. So there was another prediction too in 2014. This kid wrote in his high school
yearbook. In '93 he wrote that. In '93 he wrote.
Okay, I missed that one, but there was a kid that wrote in his yearbook in 2014 that the Cubs and the Indians would face, would make the World Series. They would play Game 7, and it would go extra innings, and the Cubs would win. So
was it proof of that one?
Yes, it was our year though, man. I mean, come on, it was our year.
Yeah, well,
so
I know Jason Hayward didn't help y'all.
That's all right though. We got it through though. There's some bad calls in that,
No bad calls.
Well, no, I'm talking about on Joe Madden's part, manager's part.
Oh yeah, he
shouldn't have took out Kyle Hendricks in the 5th inning with 2 outs.
No, and he shouldn't have put Chapman the game before. But everybody was excited. It was a good game. Sports fans got a dose of, I can only watch baseball in the playoffs anyway. It's too boring during the season.
Well, no, because I watch it year round.
My Eagles took an L from them punk ass Cowboys. You Cowboy fans, y'all suck. Cowgirls, as I say. Well, can't believe the defensive lineman didn't know to stay outside and let Dak scramble outside. Just
Prescott Dak,
or whatever his name is.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, well, once I said Prescott, then I said Dak. So
okay, you
and
just
then
frustrated.
how do you don't double?
Well, y'all started off good. Now y'all just like your true colors is being exposed.
You
now.
should not talk about football.
Why?
The way the Bears
because we're 2-6.
Yeah. So
okay, but
you stick with baseball and y'all won 108 years.
I can go to football because we can turn it around.
You can turn around and go home.
No, we can turn around and have a great season where we can make the playoffs.
All right. This is the conversation that's going on with a lot of men because it is sports time. The whole Lakers and basketball has just started and Westbrook and Durant and everybody's feeling themselves because this is a good time for males. And the only problem right now is that women, with all due respect, and I know Title IX, you're interjecting yourself in these sports conversations, and you're not up for it. You're not up for it because you didn't play the sport.
So you just because they didn't play it, you don't think they should be entitled to comment?
I think they can comment, but they comment the wrong way. Stay in your lane. Don't tell us, don't get so emotional about, hey, no, this is us. Stop trying to take away what we're into. Just the same way you guys get emotional about shoe shopping and makeup and hair and getting your nails done and having your mimosas, let us have ours. Let us have our emotional going back at each other. Like, stop telling us, you're doing too much. It ain't all that. Yes, it is for us. It's testosterone. Let us have, this is what sports is about. Unfortunately, and I'm going to mean that when I say unfortunately, you guys are now allowed to go in the locker room, be a part of the conversation, and...
Are you ready for Tuesday?
Well, no, a woman's going to be president, and that's cool.
You ready for that, though?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But Hillary don't know nothing about sports. They're not going to ask her who she thinks.
Cheer for the Cubs when they won.
Right, and it was awkward as opposed to Barack. They're not going to sit down with her and tell her to pick the Final Four, or they're not going to ask her to do that.
Okay.
That Bill will probably do that.
Oh, okay.
You know, or the vice president. What's his name? The boy.
Tim Kaine.
Yeah, that's going to be his
but
job.
But he look like he knows nothing about sports.
No,
he doesn't look like a sports guy at all.
They're going to ask Hillary stuff about the latest shoes and the outfit. Well, she doesn't dress well, so that's,
pantsuits.
Yeah, so I mean that part, that whatever women do, then do that.
So you don't feel that in today's sports world that women should be online reporting?
No, they're there. I'm not saying they should not be. I mean, in all the sports, they got to have a token woman in there. Okay. And, they do a great job. Don't get me wrong. Okay. But let's just be honest. When there's different genders, there's certain things you can and cannot say. Certain emotions you're not allowed to. When you watch inside the NFL, and it's all the guys. And then you have it's a different banter. Right. It's a different thing going, testosterone. When Dion makes the call on NFL Network, or when the guys are talking and joking, right. On Fox Sports, right. It's a different banter. Right. It's testosterone. It's a different, especially when you watch Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley and them. It's a Shaq different. Kenny, yeah, if they threw a woman in there, it'd be a totally different banter.
Even if she had knowledge of the game, even if they threw a Candace Parkin or a Lisa Leslie in there.
Yes, because it's certain things emotions will be taken totally different. It'll be you can't talk about when the other day Shaq called Kenny stupid, and Charles like, hey, you call Kenny stupid one more time, there's going to be some moving some furniture. You can't say that if a woman says that.
Oh, okay.
She's going to say, guys, come on, guys, don't go there. Oh. We know they're not going to fight. Right. But it's nice to hear.
Windows to say that, yeah.
Yes, it's just the way they joke, the way they talk, it's male banter. Just like there's female banter. That's why gay men love hanging out with women. They get to have that female banter.
Best of both worlds.
Yes. And we're as men, think about the times you've been around a bunch of women and they're going back and forth. You cannot, as soon as you say something.
But a yap and yentos.
And even if you say something there, they're going to be like, why you got to go there? Yeah. That's their main thing that women say all the time that irks me. Well, why you got to go there? Why you got to take it there? Because that's where we are. Okay. We're in the banter. We're in the moment. Sorry you can't handle it. Are you... Oh, I almost said something. But, see, that's what I'm saying. Even when you're talking about them.
But see, even when you can say it to me, but you held back, though.
I can say it to you, but because knowing the way we are in society today, somebody's going to take it the wrong way.
Well, that's where we at now, and that's what we have been saying all along the show, is that it's a PC world. It's a politically correct world now, is that you can't say what you truly mean because you're going to hurt somebody.
And that's what irritates me to some degree with men now. We're so weak and soft. We getting our feelings hurt. I'm like, man, come on, man, deal with that. Deal with that. Now men got to, they getting emotional. Women love. Ayanna, Yvonne, whatever. Because Code 3's got me watching this thing now with Fix the Men.
Fix the Men.
The Men.
Have you seen that?
I saw the.
I had to turn that shit.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
come on, man, are you fucking serious?
Come on. First of all, and then they brought the brother in who's married to Megan Good. Who's
Devin Franklin.
Yeah,
he was with your boy. He was with Will Smith. And then he lost his job, but he couldn't understand. He actually wrote a good book, though. He actually did write a good book.
No, he's been celibate for 10 years and all that. And
then he got with her and all of that. And it's
good and all that. They was celibate and then they Christians and all that.
And same thing with Russell Wilson and Sierra. He went celibate while doing the dating process with her. And then, now they have a child. So, that's where they at now. Everybody's listening. I think they taking... It's coming into relationships now. Women are starting to really discuss openly with men. Let's not rush into the sex part real fast. Let's take the 90 days, like Steve Harvey said in his fake ass book.
Yes.
Well, Mariah supposedly had made Nick Cannon wait, and then I heard that she didn't even have sex with this billionaire she was engaged to because she was also waiting to be married.
That was okay, because if you're a billionaire, you're getting sex from other people. He's handling that. If you're a billionaire, you've had enough sex. As much sex as you want. Mariah Carey was just a trophy. Mariah Carey was, he liked one of her songs.
Yeah.
And that's why then when he realized after he hung out with her, okay, I'm just going to like your songs.
Yeah.
It's just like he saw her in Glitter and said, all right, she's got to be better. And he saw her in the film and said, okay, she's pretty good. And I'm going to buy that and rent her for a while and see I want to be around her. And he realized, oh, no, this.
First of all, she spent too much money. Yeah, she's spending too much unnecessarily money on bullshit.
No, she's just who she is.
Yeah.
He did complain that she was spending a lot of his money.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
unnecessary bullshit.
I mean, but the thing was, and you can spend a lot of his money if you bring in something to the table as far as making me feel a certain way. A billionaire, men in general, if they got money, they don't mind spending on a woman if she gives him what he needs.
And what he needs, sex.
No.
Buying.
What he needed was a peace of mind, and you not playing this Hollywood crazy stuff. That's why Janet Jackson is fully clothed like she is, because she realizes that she's not going to cross culture this man's culture. This is what it is.
Right.
Mariah Carey is still running around trying to be Mariah Carey. Okay, you're not Beyonce. You're not.
Right.
You're not Kim Kardashian.
Right.
Okay, you married Nick because he was a young boy and he was already doing his thing.
He was up and coming.
Yeah, and he was doing his thing.
Right.
And everybody realizes everybody's crazy. Not just Mariah. Everybody got issues.
Right.
But if I got everything I need and then I choose you, you can't bring your stupid issues to be a part of what I've built.
There you go.
So goodbye.
Yeah. And her stupid issues was that she likes to spend money unnecessarily on bullshit.
I'm sure there's other issues with her.
I think she's probably crazy.
Yes, it's other issues.
Spoiled.
Yes.
She's been, she's got in this business at a young age. She was with Tommy Mottola.
Right.
He was a millionaire or billionaire or whatever. And she was pretty young when she married him, right?
If you look at all these fine women who are like Halle Berry and all these people, it's like they say, everybody gets, for every fine woman, there's a guy that's tired of her.
Chris Rock said it best. If you a real motherfucker, at some point you're going to wake up, you ain't going to want to fuck Halle Berry. You're going to want to fuck the woman at Target because she probably looked better than Halle that day.
At least she makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I don't see Mariah Carey making me laugh.
But that's the whole thing is that it goes back down to he's a billionaire. So if you spending his money and he's giving you access to his money, he wants to fuck in return. And you playing this game I don't want to. No. It's like this is what you not here for.
Especially if you sell sex.
Right. This is what I have you for because
I totally agree with Lewis in terms of Mariah Carey because he is a billionaire. He's fucked some of the most beautiful women in the world. I mean, he dated models.
Right, but he wanted to fuck her specifically because he chose her.
I think it's more of the trophy thing.
Yeah, I got Mariah Carey. It's kind of like if you could have
and then she probably was flossing to Nick. Look, I got a billionaire.
Right.
Everybody's got somebody that they like. I'd love in who I am. If I had enough money and Beyonce and Jay-Z broke up, I'd get with Beyonce. I want to hang out with her.
Just hang out with her?
I'd want her to call me, hey, what you doing? You want to go to the movies? Just because it's Beyonce.
And that's it.
And even Oprah. Because I want to sit and talk to you. That's who I would want to hang out with.
Yeah, I mean.
Because I want to learn.
And Oprah would probably want sex more than
I'll take Oprah's last name. Fuck that.
I mean, so what I'm saying is that what's happening is women, and I was thinking about this on the way, how women now have so much, they are so aware of the power that they have that they're abusing it now.
And they know how to say it. I mean, like I was watching this one reality show with my niece, and the guy, it was some reality show concerning hip hop in Atlanta or something. But the young, attractive girl on there, she summed it up best. She stood up and she patted her genitalia area and she said, "This is what they really want." And she's like, "They're going to have to pay for this."
Well, that's
because I don't want to see, I'm not going through what my mom went through.
But see, for that, such an ignorant statement, because she doesn't realize that every woman has that.
But
that's not special anymore.
But to some guys, it still is special.
It used to be special. But real guys, real men know I can get that anywhere.
Right.
It's just if I decide I want to pursue yours, I can get that anywhere.
Right.
Any man that's worth anything knows if I put the work in, I can get A, B, C, or D's stuff. Unless she just doesn't want to give it to me. But basically, most women are shoppers. If I got enough money, if I put enough on you, if I put enough flowers, if I woo you, if I court
exactly.
you,
If I spend,
you're going to either give me some time, going to give me some, you're going to not go home, you're going to go on my private jet with me. That they know that power, and that's why they can be so ignorant now with. You know, just and that's why I love Scottie Pippen, the position he's in. It's called prenup.
Right.
Prenup makes everybody act accordingly.
Exactly.
That's what, because if you don't have any leverage, like you said, I don't want that anymore.
Right.
Because once you don't want that stuff anymore,
once you become emotionally detached from them,
right,
then that's where it all hell breaks
out. That's why pimps, I'm assuming, do so well, because they like I pimp that. I don't need that. I can get that from 4 or 5 other women. And that makes women, in their weakness, because don't get me wrong, there's a lot of strong women, but in their weakness, when they don't have a card to play, what do? They cry.
That's a trump card.
That's their final trump card, is they cry and you're making me feel a certain way.
Right.
And even that has played out.
Right.
Because the one thing men used to do was, I'm out of here. And then women, I can't believe you leave me. I can't believe I'm going to tell you. And now it goes on Facebook and social media.
He just left me.
You know, and it's just, I mean, come on, stay in your lane. Do you. Be stronger. Stop trying to play games. And men have a responsibility too. We got to stop allowing these women to manipulate us. And you got to find some strength in yourself as a man. Find something that you truly care about, which should be, if you have kids, your kids. Stay focused and stop being so weak when it comes to making decisions that men should make and lead your family. Because right now, women are just in charge and they don't know how to handle it. It's too much.
Well, being in charge of the house, the head of household?
Just being in charge and running everything. They'll say it all the time. I can't do everything. Well, welcome to the club, because we were doing everything for a long time.
Right. And then you wanted to interject.
You wanted to do you, and that's your favorite thing. I'm going to do me.
You wanted equality.
Do me cost a lot. Emotionally, monetarily, it costs.
Right.
So if you're going to do you, but learn to handle the responsibility. It's just, we got to take back, as men, we have to take back this whole, the idea of what's right and leading, and stop allowing our young boys to be so wimpish and so weak, and because even like I said, I had a parent teacher conference and our basketball parent meeting, and the mothers were voicing so much, and the dads were just co-signing, and I'm looking, and all of the coaches, we looking at these men talking about, don't you want your son to be men?
Yeah, but they don't want that. It's like we always discuss. They don't want that drive home. It was like, why didn't you stand up for me? Why would you side with them? I know what's best for our child.
Stay in your place.
But they don't want to say that, though, because they don't want to bring all that to their house. They want to come home to a quiet, calm, peaceful house.
And that's the thing about it.
What is their place?
What is their place?
Yeah.
It's support. Your place is not trying to manipulate and run everything and be in the front. You can't have everything. You can't have the diamond on your finger, be telling me to come here, tell me to shut up, be in charge of my house, have my kids act a certain way. Allow me to run some things, and don't try to embarrass me in public. Just let me be a man. Just like you're demanding, let you be a woman. And men right now don't have a voice. 323-293-3375 is the number. If you're strong enough to call men. If you're weak enough to call women, try to call us and try to make your point. I doubt it. But we have to reach a point. We have to just...
I feel like I would submit, because men say women don't really submit these days. I would submit to a man that's worth submitting to. You can't submit to everyone.
No, and I agree. That's why I said, as men, we need to step our game up, because women do have a point that we are too weak and we're not showing enough consistency.
Well, because because nowadays a lot of the younger men, they're raised in single parent households with a single mother, so they don't have that father figure. They don't have that father. They don't have that male dominant role model in their life, because they're around women practically all their lives.
And a lot of times those women are lonely, don't have anybody, and they're being played 24/7 by different men who can get some and send them home.
And then you see, and then some young men are brought up when they see their moms with different men in and out the household. Coming in and out the household, different men. Yes. So they gotta try to latch on to which personality do I best fit in with.
It is so many lonely women now. And if you're listening, you know who you are. You're sitting there right home by yourself right now, wondering where your
with your wine,
where's your man at, and you're getting ready to go to some seminar or women's conference so you can bond, and you're getting some kind of new makeup or some new shoes, or you're taking a selfie saying it's all about me, or 47 looks great now and all this. Just like J-Lo put that picture out.
In the bathing suit.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a woman. Here's J-Lo. J-Lo. Now she has basically everything she wants. She's not wanting for anything except love and attention.
Yes.
And somebody coming home to her.
But she's that like insecure woman though.
But all women, I believe, I think 98% of women are insecure, because that's the way society builds them up. If you look at TV and advertisement, every time you turn on the TV, somebody's telling them they need to improve.
Right.
This will help you from their panty liners to their butt lifted up to their breast, the right bra,
to their
makeup, to your menopause, everything.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying, hey, you know what? You're good. I like you just the way you are. No, I want you to be younger. I want you to love yourself. Even in death, they try to tell them you can improve yourself dying.
We can make you over for $500. We can make you look like this picture instead of this.
And it's just, they're buying into that. And as a man, you could tell them, no, hey, listen, I love you just as you are. I come home to you. You turn me on. No, I could do better. I wish I could do better. I think I could. I need to do this. I want to see what this looks like. I want to try this hair. I want to do that.
I like the voice, though.
Hey, I'm telling you that you're good to go. But that's not enough, because you're so busy listening to everybody else
on the outside.
Your insecurities.
Right.
Because your daddy didn't tell you that. And that's why it's important as men, as fathers, you tell your daughter she's beautiful. You tell her nappy hair is good. You learn to plait her hair.
It goes back to that. Maybe their daddies wasn't in their lives.
Oh, that's obvious, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's how it is.
J-Lo has to send a picture of herself like that.
Well, I always thought she was suspect anyway, because, you know, for a woman of that stature and all that, it was like, to me, it's like, okay, you bounce from relationship to relationship to relationship. You don't even give yourself a chance to heal emotionally. You just like from this one guy to this next guy to this next guy.
And all those women, I tell you, their kids must be just going crazy. And you can say what you want about, because I will say what I want about Kardashians. At least she got a man that married. I mean, whatever they do.
Oh, she got a fighter though.
Whatever they do, they lock them in. They lock them in. And these women, y'all just need some Kardashian potion or something, because they lock them in. You women all you fine women can't keep a man.
They got issues.
Mariah Carey, J-Lo, who else is out there?
Halle Berry.
You know? They can't keep a man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
it's bad.
And listen, we have to take a break.
Well, that was the first 30 minutes.
We'll be back. Man's World. check yourselves. I don't like. Hey, we're back. I'm Louis Dix.
Jeff Arnold.
And TDP's not here. That Frankie Beverly. Every time I look on Facebook, Frankie Beverly is sick, and then I hear he's doing a concert. So
yeah.
What is it?
He's been traveling for the last 40 years.
I mean, he's every time you see a guy with a salt and pepper beard and a white hat, people say, "Hey, Frankie Beverly."
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean, you cannot. That's cruising music. That's when you're going up the coast.
You can't go wrong with Frankie.
You with a good woman. You know, and you singing out loud, and things are good.
She made a little basket, feeding you.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be a nice little vacation.
And then it turns to hell. Like, why did you go to this resort?
And you start playing Teddy Pendergrass. If you don't know me by now.
Why did you pick this one? I asked you not to pick this one.
All right, I'm sure some of you already latched on. I found the favorite show that I love.
Queen Sugar?
Queen Sugar.
I have yet to watch that.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling everybody.
Is it a good show?
It's a great show. I told my ex to help her through menopause to watch Queen Sugar.
Now, what's it about?
It's about a family in down in Mississippi who's growing sugar cane. You got to watch it.
What time era is it?
Comes on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock.
No, I mean what time?
It's
period?
modern. It's modern.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to date now.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it's a bad show. Everyone that's seen it knows what I'm talking about. Hope you check us on OWN Network. 323-293-3375. We're at Morris Media Studios. Make sure you. We're still battling J. Anthony Brown and the reach around and I've heard that people have been donating more through Jay's show than our show.
Wow.
So I really want you guys to donate through our show. So when you donate, you make sure you say, this is because I listen to A Man's World. Okay? Because Jay is kind of, he's full of himself. The last movie he did was Drumline.
Been here since he did the challenge.
Oh, really?
We're waiting for him to at
he's-
least do a show.
His return.
Yeah, he's still, last movie was Drumline, right?
That was his last movie?
Oh, I just want to let the fans know, too. If you go to Gallery, that's GALLOREE.com, and go to the Morris Media Studio store, we have In a Man's World mugs and T-shirts.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. So get a mug and have your woman make your coffee or your little cognac in there and or Hennessy and put your T-shirt on. And we should make In a Man jock straps. In a Man's World jock
Why?
straps.
Exactly.
Keep your jaw tight.
Keep your jaw tight?
Yeah.
Well, I'm at an age where I'm just letting it hang.
Just let your nuts hang.
Yeah, just letting it hang.
So you don't wear underwear?
No.
Oh,
What?
I wear jock straps all the time. I gotta, my stuff's got to be tight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my jaw.
It's like wearing a bra.
Yeah.
A nut bra.
Hilarious.
Can't wait to take it off at night, huh?
Oh, yeah. Flop.
Like,
Hey, listen.
Wow. Is that a normal thing?
What?
That men wear jock straps
No,
when
usually
they're not playing sports?
No. That's just something that's been, a thing that I do because and I know what this is about to set up is Aaron and them with a mean, whatever, with me and a jock strap.
Oh.
But what happened was being on stage, because people were looking at my joint was all over, so I had to keep it straight. That's why I started wearing a jock strap.
you like the women looking at that?
Nah, my joint was all over,
Yeah,
I was like, girls like, your thing is so big hanging over.
Yeah,
that
it's
time.
like,
You should-"
yeah, like, well,
So I was like, then-
Do they really say that?
Yeah, and then one guy came up, hey man, you just like, oh okay, it's time still. You looking at it, so no.
how did you get that?
I'm joking. That was just a personal thing. It was a stage thing.
That was boom shakalaka.
Yeah, keeping it safe. Hey, listen. All right, Jeff. What's going on in the news? What's happening this week? And oh, wait. She's got to play.
No, I don't have any.
Well, breaking news. Tuesday's coming up. The general election. This Tuesday. With whatever you do, it's imperative. Whatever you do, get out. Please vote. Please. We can't let this psychopath nut job in the White House. So it's very important that you do exercise your right to vote and get out and use it. Other than that, man, it's like...
You guys got to vote. This whole thing is getting...
It's getting nasty. It's getting ugly.
I can't even... I used to watch the news. I used to watch Fox and CNN, and, I used to really be into, politics. It's just, it's so draining now. I mean, it's gotten beyond personal. Well, it's so many pundits. Nasty. It's so many people. They're talking to so many different people. And they justify everything,
on both sides,
right? And it's making everybody on Facebook just have an opinion, and that I'm sure social media is good because it's allowing people to communicate and do some good things, but it's also got people who should not be talking, who should not be posting, who should not be, who really never really had an opinion, and now you do, and it's just ignorant. I'm just so...
Well, that's part of the being in this country, your First Amendment,
that freedom of speech is just...
It's like,
it's
some people
so, overused right now.
It's like everywhere. Everybody can say what they want to say and can't be challenged.
And before the social media, people had to know you for
talk about you,
or at least know you to where we would care. It's like now everybody gets to be an expert, to have an opinion, and this is my situation, and people who are so lonely now get to show you that they're in the hospital and they need prayer warriors and this and that. It makes your brain just say stop. Let's just chill. It's kind of like my man said in Do the Right Thing with the DJ Sam Jackson, just chill.
Can we have a timeout? Yeah.
We have a caller. Hello, caller.
What's up, y'all? This is Dwight Kirkpatrick in Cali.
What's up, Beard?
What's up, man?
Hey, man. It's funny you were talking about how people all of a sudden got some kind of fucking opinion about this presidential bullshit off of Facebook and social media.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you corner them, ask them, certain questions, they don't know how to answer besides saying either Hillary is a liar or Trump is a sexist coward. It's like there's no straight answer. And that's why I was talking about saying, once Tuesday come around, everyone's already putting Hillary in the shoe-in. But, man, I say, vote for someone else, not Trump, not Hillary, but shit, just write in the name.
They're saying that if you do that, you're casting. If you vote for Gary Johnson or Jill Stein, or you write someone else in, that's a vote for Donald Trump.
No. Like say, for example, if I voted for Gary Johnson and, he pulls out and say he supports Trump, and everyone who voted for Gary Johnson will in turn vote for Donald Trump. But if you were to, do a write-in, say if you were writing Bernie Sanders or fucking Jesus Christ or some shit, that vote wouldn't go to any political party. It would just be like a nonpartisan or something like that.
Yeah, but it's still taken away from Hillary, though. It's still taken away from...
It does, but,
right.
I'm not on Hillary's bandwagon either for multiple reasons. And it's not about the whole lying bullshit. I just look at it like...
Well, show me a politician who doesn't lie.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. That's not why I'm jumping off of Hillary's bandwagon. I'm looking at it a little bit differently. Like, most of the civilized world is still very sexist. So if they see a female in power, they'll be feeling a certain type of way. Probably, just try and start shit to try to check her, see how strong she is. And, I don't want 15, 20 motherfuckers trying to check the U.S. And next thing you know, it's World War, everybody against the U.S. because everyone wants to try and check and see how strong this female is who's running the country. But then on the other hand, you don't want Trump to get in because he'll say some fucked up shit, piss somebody off.
He'll tweet some fucked up shit.
Yeah, man, it's pretty bad right now.
Are you going to exercise your right whether you write in or not? You voting Tuesday?
I always vote. That's never a question.
Okay.
I'm not one of those people who say, "Oh man, my vote don't matter." I'm not going. That's just dumb. But at the same time, I'm not fucking with Hillary or Trump.
All right, let's get to something more important. How's your family?
Oh, well, thanks for bringing that up. Everybody's doing good, man. Took my little boy to see that Doctor Strange movie today. It's just a trip because, when we went to the theater, just realized he's getting older. Because he was out actually pointing shit out in the movie that seemed real, above his pay grade, if you know what I mean.
How old is he again?
He's 11.
Okay.
Now, is this the one when you called in, you want to have the talk with?
Yeah.
Have you had that talk with him yet?
Not full on, just like little spots here and there, because I start asking him, about school, does anyone treat him differently at school because he's black or whatever? And that's not the case, thank God. But, like I said, I'm just kind of trickling it in.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you should it should be, age appropriate. It should be, you don't want him to think, if you win an award, go up there and put your fist up. You don't want all that.
Why?
Because it's 11. It's not a.
If someone say something wild shit to him, to knock him upside the head. I did tell him that.
I mean, the first step.
Why can't they be, black conscious at 11? Why can't they have? They can't. If he wants to put his fist up and say.
But he doesn't understand why he's doing that. He's got to learn his history first. He's got to understand. Yeah. He's got to understand why he's putting his fist up, because. Yeah. I mean, there's just. There's other ways to do it before he gets to. If he's on the Olympic podium, then he can put his fist up. But if he's 11 years old and he's got D's and C's, then he shouldn't be putting his fist up.
So then
but at the same time, I'm sure you guys heard about how some of the public school books are taking out the word slavery and replacing it with indentured servants and stuff like that. So it's like they're trying to mask all the shit from the kids so they could continue to grow up, soft as hell. But fortunately for me, I still have some of the old books, and I bring it out every now and then just to kind of compare, see if they're pulling the bullshit out of the textbooks nowadays from what I already had. And that's not the case. They still talk about Harriet Tubman and excuse me, and a lot of the black inventors. So I could honestly say my little boy's not going to grow up, ignorant to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think you should. I think one of the most important things is knowing your family's history, knowing what's important, and then you teach him as it goes. You like even walking the streets, crossing the light. I mean, it's beautiful for kids to know who actually created the stoplight.
Who invented the light?
Right.
Exactly.
I mean that's what I'm saying about age appropriate. Because if he gets into an argument with some ignorant white kid, that's something he could lay on him and shut him up. And say, you don't even know who, you think I'm ignorant. No, we did the stoplight. You don't know your colors, or I'm colorblind, but I know the guy who created stoplights is not colorblind.
Hey, but you know what I hit him with, though? I didn't hit him with the stoplight. I'll bring that up next time. But I did hit him with the George Washington Carver and the many uses of the peanut.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought up he used peanut oil for this. That we use if we want to cook this. He made peanut butter. Just like little basic stuff that's on his level.
Right.
Probably as he get older, I could roll out all the other stuff. Hell, there's still a lot of stuff I don't even know. So it'll be like a good learning experience for the both of us.
Yeah, and then I think that's one of the beautiful things why they have the Black Museum. It's just something that, even the wait is, you have to wait till April. That's the first time they're going to have some openings, but that's where we need to start.
The one that just opened in D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, DK, man. Have a good,
no problem, guys.
Enjoy your election night. Have a good drink, and much respect.
All right.
Now, speaking of that, do you feel Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas should have been included or left out?
Oh, he's not in it?
Nope.
Well, they probably write him in the bathroom. Right on the bathroom wall, Clarence Thomas.
Put a Coke can out there.
Yeah. I mean, that's everything is so political now. I mean, and we see it every day in our lives. It's just about us recognizing it and adjusting, because we're emotional, and that's where they get us. Is that the powers that be, the Europeans, as TDP say, they can laugh and joke and put the hand around your back and smile, and you think they like you. and then they at home and they're
talking about
they can't,
you.
where we're emotional. We wear our emotions on our sleeve, and we'll quickly disrespect each other before we
like that moth.
Yeah, before we stand up for each other.
Material on your.
Have women been in the studio? Because the mic smells like women. I don't know what that smells like, but just
what, coochie or
no,
perfume?
not coochie. Just perfume and estrogen and
What is that? A moth?
Yeah, I guess.
Look at those slow ass
Let him
reflexes.
live. Leave him alone.
What do you mean let him live? Let him live somewhere else.
He likes you.
No, he doesn't. He don't
That's
know
slow
me.
ass reflexes.
I know that was old man.
Yeah, that's all that bullshit you eat. Got you slow.
Yeah, you're right. My stomach's been bothering. I got to work on that. I got to work on drinking. I had a lot of water today.
Oh, that's good. Flush all that shit out.
323-293-3375. I'm Lewis Dix.
Jeff Arnold.
And No
It's a man's
TDP.
world.
Yeah, all day long. It's our world. One day you guys will understand that. You'll accept it. We'll gain our world back. That's why I like Russell Westbrook. He's even though he dresses weird, but when he's on that court, he plays like a man.
Yeah, but he's the thing it was so cool that the subtle shots that he's taking at KD.
Oh, the photographer stuff.
Oh, the cupcakes.
Well, I didn't get. What is that about?
It was like on the 4th of July. He sent them cupcakes, took a picture.
Who sent him cupcakes?
No, Russell Westbrook took a picture of cupcakes, saying that he was, he used soft. That's why you left. That's you soft. So here's some cupcakes for you.
Oh wow.
So you're playing with some cupcakes.
Wow.
But he balled last night. KD showed up last night.
Oh yeah, he was on fire. So we got the Giants this weekend, and also
at home.
Yeah, it's going to be I'm not sure. I think so. It's going to be an interesting weekend. I mean, everybody's going to be, just the anxiety is going to build.
Tuesday,
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then, the one thing that's interesting, the cable networks are really making this a whole. This is a mini series. This has been like a mini series. It's been like a mini. I mean, their ratings are way up. And
it's just and they started. I know Fox News and CNN and MSNBC. They're actually starting Sunday night.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. It's like a marathon of just like all the way up until, and now they're trying to get early predictions. Like we should actually know the next president, West Coast, Pacific Coast Standard Time by 11 o'clock Tuesday night. All the results should be in.
That's interesting. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, it was exciting when Barack was running in 2008.
But it's scary now, though.
Now it's a different feeling. It's a different. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, I'm sure that's how people felt, when
Barack ran the first time.
The other side.
Yeah, they was like the white people.
Yeah.
You don't like to say it. Yeah, the white people. They were like, okay,
Man, we can't even. So POTUS, you're a music person. This whole flack with the Country Music Awards and Beyonce. That's crazy.
But that she performed?
No, that they deleted.
I just feel like white folks are just really showing their true colors. I think I'm almost anxious for Barack to get President Obama to get out of office, because it seems like it's gotten way worse since he's become president.
Yeah, they're definitely. I believe white people are definitely in their feelings.
And I think the white men also hate women, so there is going to be some shit with Hillary.
Oh, I mean, if she's elected to become president, she's not going to get shit done. She's not. Because the Republican, if they take the House, they're going to fight her on everything. They're going to fight her on everything. I guarantee if she becomes president next year, this time, the government will shut down. Because they're not going to pass anything. They're not going to approve that budget. They're not going to do any of that.
Yeah, the white man is he's in his feelings right now. The white man is in his feelings to where he feels his world is being taken over. I mean, O'Reilly and all these guys.
And that's why they want Trump to, like, get into the White House so we can feel like we can get it back now.
I mean, I mean, their world is, and it's funny because you think they've had it long enough that they would want to share it. A little bit.
No.
But that's just how greed is. Greed doesn't want to share. I mean, this
country was founded on violence and money and greed. That's what this country was founded on.
And we it's so sad because we as a people can't even come together and stop acting ignorant. I mean, it's a lot of the ignorance that these young boys, and I truly believe it boils down to men getting back to being men and getting back in touch with their families and raising their families. And if you have a kid, go parent that kid and do the best you can to love the kid's mother, or at least have a basic understanding of right and wrong and co-parenting, because they're slipping through. They're not even slipping through the cracks. They're falling
by the wayside.
These are potholes. They're falling through these giant gaps of not being loved, and women. These kids are basically now, and it goes back to the single parent home. They raising themselves. And just like we were talking about Ayanna's thing, how can the boy from Boys to Men, how can it come out of his mouth that he said he hasn't seen his kids in 7 years? Wow. What kind of man are you? I mean, and people are and this is what's funny to me. On social media, everybody's talking about how he's now talking about he has MS. Right. Nobody's talking about the fact that this fool has not seen his children in 7 years. Right. I don't care about your MS. Right. The fact that you haven't seen your children in 7 years makes me just have so much disrespect for you. But he still has that fan base core that will still come out and see him and support him. That is so ignorant. And still support him. How can you not look at that, look him straight in the eye and say, what kind of man are you? It's the same effect. You haven't seen your children in 7 years. It's the same thing like with R. Kelly. You should be down on bended knees. There you go. There's a pun for you. Just apologizing. Right. My God. And the one brother who's so ignorant and whose daughter was on the pole, and Ayanna was so funny when she said, Chris Rock said you're supposed to keep your daughter off the pole. That was pretty funny. Yeah. I had to give her that. He's just ignorant. And then the one guy that was on there with the women who got the bad back, didn't want to be lifted over, and then the one dude that's been in jail, it's kind of like you just had a gumbo pot of like, okay, this is the worst of the black men that we want to represent. Right, that's what I'm saying. On this show, that was my point. That I'm going to try to fix. Yeah, that's my point. So, there's so many good black men. Right. That you can give us, but you get two guys that have been in jail. But that's not going to sell though, because no one wants to sit there and listen to how two successful black men are raising their family, how they in their children's lives. That's not going to sell. Yeah, so the ignorance is now with the reality show. That's what sells. Yeah, some guys that were in jail. Well, I don't need to watch them and learn from them. They're ignorant. Well, can you? I mean, it's just and somebody needs to help her get in better shape. Who? I'm sorry. Ayanna? Yes, I'm sorry. She looks unhealthy.
I haven't watched that show.
She looks unhealthy and she wobbles, and somebody needs to do Ayanna, fix your health, fix your body. Do that week for the week. Yeah. It's just like these men are so disgusted. I'm so disgusted at this man that sat up there and said, and she's like, we're going to fix your mind and fix your heart. No, he's weak. He should have. No, I can't say that.
My thing is, you can't fix anything if the person doesn't want to be fixed.
Exactly. If you haven't seen your child in 7 years, you're not a man. But you're a punk. But that's the episode I missed. Is there a reason that he hasn't seen his child? What's stopping him? Because he's weak. No, I guess we'll find out in the next episode. I don't know. Order is like the woman that that has the kids with him. Is she stopping him? How many of them are by different women? Okay. How many kids he has? 7? Yeah, that's what he said. Wow. No, I don't know. He said no. I don't know if he has 7. So he hasn't seen his kids in 7 years. So I mean, it's and then you heard the guy whose daughter was on the pole. You heard how his wife was talking to him, right? Cussing him out, and I mean, just again, it goes back to you women. You women choose these men, and you women just feel you can talk anyway. That's not a healthy relationship. But she talks to him. When I saw that, I looked at that, and that was like remnants of she that's a learned behavior. That's a learned behavior. She saw her mom. And then she left a message to Ayanna all crazy. Yeah, and that's how she saw her mom talk to her dad like that. Yeah, but see, I think one thing I believe is that crazy should meet crazy. Because, see, crazy don't like being met by other crazy.
Right.
That's how you chill crazy out.
Right.
When crazy try to come at you and you
like,
go right back at them, they chill out.
This motherfucker is crazier than me, so let me just relax
now.
Yeah.
You start hearing a new dialogue when you meet crazy.
Right. You know, so, I mean, it's just...
crazy don't have dialogue. Crazy just go crazy.
Crazy don't have nothing. Crazy don't have no feelings.
Yeah, crazy just crazy.
Crazy just going all out.
Somebody's yapping. That's not. They just pretending to be crazy.
And when you hear that smack, it's like enough of the yapping.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm about to say I'm sorry that this is where we are, but this is man talk, and we're just at a point. What are these people in the chat room talking stupid? Good. I hope they're learning something.
They're quiet tonight.
I hope they're learning something. And I'm sure only real men are able to listen to us because their woman probably didn't made them turn it off because it's too much, it's too real, it's too true, and they can't. They probably, or we made the man start crying, and he in his so-called man cave. We got all these man caves and no men in them. That's the problem. You got everybody building these man caves and then no men.
Nobody's in them.
It's like, come on, it's just
soft men in them. They're allowing their wives or their girlfriends to give them time.
A man cave with fluffy carpet. I'm sorry. My sister's getting married.
When?
My younger sister for the third or fourth time.
Wow.
And she has the nerve to ask us if we coming to the wedding. I'm not going to that wedding. I love her, but I'm not going to.
Now, where's she at?
In North Carolina. She's trying to have a big wedding.
Wow. She getting married in North Carolina?
It's her third time. And my dad's going because he's a dad. And he got to walk her down the aisle. I'm like,
again?
Did he walk her down the aisle the other marriage?
Yes.
Aw, I love your dad.
That's just,
He's so cool.
I'm letting my daughter know now. One time.
Could we have your dad on the show one day?
No, it's not going to work.
That's
not going
to work. You should have had him fill in for TDP tonight.
Seriously.
That would be so much fun.
Do you want your mom on the show?
She calls in.
On the show, the whole show?
Probably not.
Thank you. Okay, so let's.
Yeah, you couldn't take him for 2 hours here.
Come on, that's just too
He'd
much.
probably reveal so much.
One of your homeboys called here. Do they not know how to get in touch with you outside of this studio?
Another one called?
Isaiah? Is that his name?
What, again?
Is that the same one?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. What did he say? Isaiah.
To call you that he hasn't talked to you or seen you in
he got a script for you to read.
20 years or something?
Then it's a reason for that.
Oh.
Okay. Seriously.
He just got
He's
out.
from Philly. He said
I'll take his number. I'll give him a call. It's I got my boys Fat Paul, Peanut, and Boogie were the guys I grew up with. He probably was a thug that beat up people, and I didn't hang with him.
Oh, okay.
Or I went to school with him because when we were growing up, we had friends that we grew up with around the neighborhood. Then you had friends who went to school with you.
He didn't take a bid for you? He didn't do 20 for you?
No, I wasn't like that. So then you had friends that were on the sports team with you, so it was, it was different. Isaiah, I'm sure I know him. I'm sure I do. Because Philly was a cool place to grow up.
Is 610 a Philly?
Yeah, it's a new area code.
New area code.
They got new area codes. It's so, yeah, but he left his number. It's cool.
Your people call him and spread him out.
I give people my number all the time. I'm not about not giving my number because I feel like if people call you and you answer the phone, and then they really got to figure out if they want to have something to say. That whole thing, because California is the first place I've ever been where men ask you for your phone number when they just meet you. That's a weak thing I don't understand. Really? It's like, and it's a Hollywood thing, I think, to where men would say, you hanging out at the party, like, yo, hey man, let me get your number. What?
Wow.
I don't know you like that, man.
I've never been asked that.
Well, maybe I look like somebody that, and then
the motherfuckers want to hang out with you.
I want to do comedy. I want to pick your brain, and I just give out my number. A lot of people say, man, stop giving out your number. I give out my number because it's.
But how many times do you actually answer?
Something's going on with my phone where it won't.
See, there you go.
It won't ring the first time.
Yeah.
You gotta call
back
and then call right back.
And then there's certain hours that you won't pick up. You can't call you early in the morning because they gotta go. It goes straight to voicemail.
Now
you
I don't
won't
get
pick
up.
up. Yeah, you won't pick up on that.
I call back the people I want to talk. I'll call you back.
Yeah, 3 or 4 days later.
No, I call you back. I call you back.
Yeah.
I call certain people. I call back. Certain people. If I don't recognize the number.
Like, what's up? Like, hey, I just called to say hi. Oh, okay, all right. I got another call. Like, all right, motherfucker, whatever. Yeah.
People answer the phone. I don't know. Poet is. Do you say hello, or you have a certain way you answer the phone to different people? To everyone?
Yes.
Now, do you talk to everyone?
I'll go if the number name, hey, so and so,
Or what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know. Like, what about you? Yeah, because if I call you, you like what? You say what? You say what's up?
You pick up the phone. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
No, I'm asking. You said Jeff does that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I'll be like, what's up? What?
Oh, well, what's up? But what?
What?
That's
when my son called,
that's kind of rude.
Nah, when my son called, I'm the first thing when I see his number, I'll be like, I ain't got no money, motherfucker. What?
See, that's what I'm saying. Now, here's nothing against you, but see what I'm saying about how you telling him how he should answer the phone. What? That's kind of rude. That's how a man answers the phone. Men can answer the phone. What? That's how we answer the phone. We're not telling.
I didn't tell Jeff, first of all, how to answer his phone.
What?
But you commented on the fact
that's my opinion, and that's all it is.
And it's a female opinion.
No, some men might think that shit is rude, too.
Then they soft.
You're some bitch-ass motherfuckers. They shouldn't be calling my number if they don't want to hear what.
What? Hey, what's up, man? What's up? Men do that. When other men call, what's up? Because you calling me for a reason.
Yeah.
Women just will say, I'm calling to talk. About what? And then they have nothing to talk about. They're just really calling, and they're not being honest because they're really just calling to check on you.
Oh, okay.
To see what's going on.
All right.
If a man calls you, he's calling you for a reason. Unless he's weak, then he's calling to check on you.
And that reason is normally money.
Yeah.
I need to borrow some money.
Yeah.
And they just go.
You said that's the reason why men call?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, no, not my man.
Oh,
okay. No, not to male, female. If you in love, now you're going hiking, right?
We're going camping tomorrow. I'm so looking forward to it.
Now,
where at?
Well, you guys
near Big Bear.
Okay. Have you been there before?
I haven't been to this particular campsite.
Now, you guys going to be in a tent?
He actually got a trailer this time because we're going with another couple.
So both of you couples will be in the trailer?
If it's freezing outside, yeah, but he also bought tents in case, motherfuckers want privacy.
So that's what I was going to ask you. If you guys want privacy, you could only have privacy if you would not have privacy moments if both of you are in the trailer, would you?
No.
And so who would go to the tent? Would you send them to the tent and you do the trailer?
No, I mean, if we're just going in there to sleep and it's cold, the trailer sleeps 6.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
So would you be on one side? So you won't have intimacy if someone else is in the trailer?
No.
Why not?
That's nasty.
He said it's nasty.
Come on, man.
What
happens when you
done something like that before, but in this case, no. And me and Canoe had the conversation because I was like, well, what about privacy? And he goes, oh, well, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about staying warm and being accommodating.
Exactly. You don't know how to be quiet?
No, I'm with you. If it's somebody, I've never done that. I've never done that.
I've been in the same, hotel room in double beds. that I've had.
Oh,
but I don't believe you, Louis.
Wait.
Louis, you're full of shit because you told me stories.
Oh man, I've witnessed shit. Come on.
Okay. Look at Lou trying to. Come on, Lou.
Come on.
You ain't gotta lie.
Oh, wait, I
you
forgot.
just
Okay.
don't admit it.
No,
just don't bring it up.
No,
if you're
I'm trying to
about
think about it, and it was a long time ago.
Me and my homegirl shared a hotel room.
It wasn't that long ago.
They were in one bed. We were in another bed. That's the closest I've done.
And you heard them?
Mm-hmm.
And they heard you?
Probably. We were young.
Well, but let me ask you a question. Who do you think was doing it better?
Or who was trying to be more quieter?
Who enjoyed
I know that my guy was trying to listen. I didn't like that.
He was trying to listen to them?
Yeah.
Like, how come you ain't making noise like her?
Wait a minute. He's doing it to you and he's trying to listen to them?
Now, did y'all have to cover over y'all?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What was he trying to hear?
Cause that motherfucker.
Them fuck, I guess.
That motherfucker next to y'all was fucking.
Did you say, hey, what you listening for? What'd you say?
Yo, over here.
Focus over here. He like, well, listen to them. He wanted to see what his boy was doing.
But the camping trip, no, we have it to where,
That
you
is
want
weird.
privacy. We have tents.
That is pretty weird to be doing it, and then the guy is trying to listen to his boy.
Because he's trying to figure out, he like, damn, how come she not making noise like that?
Maybe people are turned on by that. That's something people get turned on by.
And
The
that turned him
voyeurism.
on to listen?
Yeah, sometimes that
Probably.
voyeurism, exhibitionist,
Yeah.
yo.
Were
not there yet.
Were you guys both missionary style? I mean, I'm trying to think.
You didn't turn and peek out the
The
covers?
room was dark, okay?
Oh, my God. Y'all didn't have the curtain
Y'all
open
have music going?
Yeah.
on their side of the room.
Who finished first?
Oh, God, Louis. I don't remember. That was
Who finished first?
20 years ago.
And that's the question. Who finished first? 'Cause
And then the thing that's funny, you have to look at each other the next morning like,
Yeah,
shit
that's
didn't
gotta be
happen.
awkward.
Like, awkward as fuck. Like, damn, girl.
okay,
you
after
was
y'all were
getting
done,
shit
who
fucked
went
out
to the
you last
restroom first?
I don't remember.
Damn, bitch, you got towed up
20
last
years
night.
ago.
You had this nigga, like, focused on you. He wasn't even paying attention to me. You was, like, making all that noise and shit, girl. God damn, bitch. I know you was like that.
And then the sex, the sex
the smell in there is like,
it's like two aromas going.
because I know his boy was like, y'all was under the covers, and I know his boy was like, fuck that. I'm he's like, they here. He's like, go at it.
Nobody said, damn, okay.
I like the dussy in here.
It was funny because when I traveled with UNLV on the team, it was like my man, like I said, his name was like Gary Graham. We shared a room, and we went back to his hometown, Baltimore, and he had one of his girls come through, and she was like, nah. He's like, he here, and he's like, no, fuck him. He cool. Then he's like, he threw a sock at me. He's like, nigga, you sleep? And I ain't say nothing. He like, see that nigga sleep. She like, you sure? Then I waited till that motherfucker guy I waited till he started getting into it and shit. Then I got up and I went to the bathroom. She's like, he up.
Did he just keep stroking?
Yeah.
A guy tried to do that once.
What?
Came visit him in his room, and he had his friend in there. I was like, you got your friend in here. He's like,
So what? Come on.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, because that's a setup there.
I'm not going to put myself in that position.
Tag
He was
team.
like, how about on the balcony? No.
Depends on how many floors up.
Yeah, you definitely was in the hip hop world.
Yep,
wow.
sure was.
Wow. That's
But
fun.
yeah, I'm looking forward to camping this weekend. My friend Danielle and her husband are going, and
what happened to Pam and
them niggas flaked.
Now your friend Danielle and her husband, they cool. They they married.
Yeah.
Their marriage is not in trouble or anything.
What do you mean?
In turmoil.
No.
Okay.
Because that is also funny too. When you go somewhere
wouldn't have had no
with
accidents and shit.
somewhere,
Yeah.
somebody with another
they're
couple.
a beautiful couple. I mean, they get along really well.
But you can always tell when something's not right with another couple.
Yeah.
You can feel the tension,
Oh yeah.
and you just like,
How did she fall off that cliff? I don't know.
So I wouldn't even invite somebody I knew was gonna kill the vibe. You know.
right. Now, so Pam, she flaked out.
Yeah, Speedy did too.
Well, I understand Speedy. That's a weight thing. Him and Michelle ain't going nowhere. That thing ain't happening.
Not camping.
No, not camping. No, not outside. She can't get up and down.
Wow. Wow.
And Pam, how is her thing going?
It seems to be going well.
I don't think it's gonna last.
What's that? Relationship?
Why do you think that?
She putting a little too much. He. I saw on Facebook that she celebrated the daughter's birthday, and
Think it's too soon?
yeah, I think she's trying too hard.
How do you know it's her? What if? I mean, he's the one that invited her to the daughter's birthday.
I can't say.
You know what? I just can't really, like, I was, somebody asked me today, do I think I would marry Canoe? And I said, I don't know. It's too soon to say. I said, but I am happy at the pace that I would say that I'm going. You know, I just really analyze and just check him out from a distance and not one of infatuation.
Right,
you know
and being
what I
all
mean?
in their family space and all that. It's like, that's what I'm looking at with her. It's like she talks about how his people love her and all
But
this.
some people click.
Maybe.
faster
I hope
than
so.
others.
I hope so. She's deserving of it.
Of course, because
Well-
she's really a sweet person. But I
I hope they have a jean jacket
we really
wedding.
Can't, we really can't judge it because some people click faster. Some people,
that's what the internet's for. I mean,
no.
People, I don't understand.
I'm talking about natural,
Where'd she meet him?
In Palm Springs when we went to Pip's party in Palm Springs.
And he was there?
Yeah, he was there working though.
What kind of work does he do?
I don't really know.
That's not good.
Promoter.
How no.
How long has she been dating?
Since July.
Oh.
July, August, September, October. November. So you should know what a person does, man.
No, I'm talking about I don't know what he does. I'm not in their business like that. She knows what he does.
We'll find out.
Oh.
Text her now.
Text her now.
What does he do? Hey, 323-293-3375. Ouch. Something's been in my eye.
And see, I'm starting to learn, Canu's personality, I know you Taurus.
His mood swings.
You Tauruses are moody. So I, say, okay, well, he's just being a Taurus.
Oh, okay.
That's true. I mean, it's true. I mean, but when we dig
my brother is a Taurus, and man, he's just my heart. He's my world. But when we get into it, it's like we're both so emotional and hurt, like, because we love each other so much. But when we argue, it's like we feel bad because we love each other so much. I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know.
My older brother's a Taurus.
Yeah, and the reason
we go at it.
You know each other so well, and you can throw daggers. So it's even more frustrating because you don't want to throw certain daggers. You don't want to, I don't want to murder you. I can murder you. I can, I can tell you how wrong you've been, and how inadequate you are.
But when you Tauruses love, you really love. And my brother is a good man. He looks after my mom. He's just a good dude.
Yeah, we're good dudes.
I just gotta know you're moody because I'm moody too. So.
Well, all women are moody.
Yeah.
And all men aren't.
No, we can't afford to.
You're moody.
Yeah, but all men can't. We can't afford to be as moody as you guys. You guys have.
I wouldn't want a man.
You guys, you guys have a built-in
mechanism, a switch that just goes off.
That it's emotional. That's the word. You guys aren't moody. You're emotional.
That's why you got to deal with Libra. See, I'm just balanced.
We're supposed to be though.
Okay, that's part of it right there. Is that you guys have. Some of you earned it, and it's right because of the way the world's set up.
I mean, biologically, that's how we are made up.
Now, that's what I'm saying. You can make that statement in all confidence, and we're supposed to understand it. But if a man makes that statement, you guys can then, as opposed to accepting it, you then can stand and argue it. And
argue what?
The fact that if we say, hey, you emotional, you're too emotional. Well, okay, don't be telling me I'm emotional. This is what I'm going through, and you need to respect that and all that. So, we can't say as a man, hey, listen, I'm emotional. It doesn't stand on its own like what you just said stood on its own. We have to, as men, have to sit back and respect what you just said.
Even in today's world, you can't say that?
No, because it's you're too. The next follow-up is you're too emotional.
Oh, okay.
We can't say that to her. She's too emotional. No, she has a right. What they do for the world and give birth and everything. Yes, their bodies, they're emotional,
biological. Yeah.
Yeah, but like she said, we can't say that. But yet we're supposed to be. We're being dealt a bad deck in that one.
Okay.
But you want us to be sensitive, understanding, and this and all. But we can't. If you cry as a man, a woman gets mad. She's gonna tell you you're a punk. Why you gotta cry? You crying? All right. And then if you try to be too hard, you got to stop being too hard and show some emotion. Okay.
So you got to be that balance.
Okay.
I just don't like, and I try to keep my emotions. I mean, I'm gonna feel how I feel, but how I react to that is the whole different thing. So I try to keep my emotions in check, but I don't like when men dismiss when women are feeling a certain way,
right?
Or when I'm feeling a certain
fine.
way, and my man dismisses that.
Okay, and
that's what I have a problem.
You're making
with.
my point. You're absolutely right. You should be upset about that. But my point is this: you guys have it's kind of you have a pass to do that with us.
Yeah.
You can dismiss our emotions and what we're going through because we're not supposed to have it at a certain time. We're supposed to be a man. You're totally right. It's disrespectful and not loving when a man dismisses your relationship. But I feel on the flip side of it, women do that to men all the time.
Well, I think
society does.
I think a man's emotion
because society, because it is like that in society, we as women probably feel like, well, it doesn't bother him. He's.
And that's not true. I think emotional
even though it does. I mean, you're human. I know that a lot of things bother men, but we've been conditioned to think that men are hard. They don't have feelings. Because you guys are a little bit more callous in certain situations. And
that's my point. Now women are adopting the attitude like us and being more man-like and being callous and living their life. I'm doing me, et cetera, et cetera. But yet you still fall back on that card, I'm emotional. But wait a minute. You're acting like us now. But you don't want the same, we can't give you the same response.
Treatment.
Yeah, because I'm a woman.
Well, how should women?
If you're gonna walk in our lane and deal with
how should women deal with a man's emotions, or if a man is going through something?
I think a man's emotion.
If we don't know, because a lot of times you men don't show it,
and
so we don't know.
And when we don't show it, what I'm trying to say, when we don't show it, at least for me. When I don't show it and I don't express myself, it's that you hit that emotional switch where I shut down. So I don't want to show you anger. I don't want to argue.
So
I'm going to just take what you coming at me with right now and not react, because 9 out of 10 times I'm reacting to your action.
But what if it's not anything to do with her?
It comes to trust. We don't trust your reaction to it. It's like for a long time, like men now are being educated on how to react to women. There are a bunch of books, how to understand your woman, marriage counseling, all that, being sensitive and not dismissing it. Listening to her. She has feelings, affirm her feelings. If she said something, say, listen, I hear what you're saying. Even when we use those words that you guys are giving us, some of you still can say, you full of it, I don't believe you. You're not really listening. Yo, I'm telling you I'm listening. Okay, but you're not expressing yourself clearly. Hey, I just got on this express train of expressing myself. I'm doing the best I can. Right now, I need time to process it. I can't talk about it right now. Well, we need to talk about it right now. It's not a good time.
Yeah, I don't press men when men say they don't want to talk about it right now. It makes the situation worse.
We walk out, then you're following us, and then you start bringing your quote unquote testosterone to us, and then we can't react to you that way. So it's like, okay, you know what? Because right now it's verbal abuse, it's
psychological abuse.
I mean,
it's mental abuse.
I mean, we just, and hopefully, when Hillary wins, she might be able to pass a law that you're required to allow him to walk out the room and not follow him. You're allowed to let him be quiet for 15 minutes and not respond to you. I mean, kind of like, and our mothers took a lot of flack for, doing that. But that was one thing that they were good at, is allowing our fathers to be silent, have their time away. And they were told a lot of times, you need to stand up for yourself, girl. You deserve it. They knew, hey, he's not feeling that right now.
Right.
He's not. He needs his space. He's a good man. He's just not able to show it right now.
Give him time to digest it and all of that.
And now it's got to be like Instagram. Show me what's going on with you right now. Communicate with me. Otherwise, you don't love me. Okay. So you've already totally evaluated me and
came to that
cross the
conclusion.
T's and dot the I's, and now I can only just say, and that's why a lot of times the men just say, I'm out. I'm going to go deal with somebody who just wants me to do it to them and buy them something. That's what I have to do.
And that'd be called a
Wow.
prostitute.
You know, I have to go do that because
Well, you don't have to buy a prostitute anything.
well, you still as a man want to buy him something. You know, even if it's, you know, a now
A
later.
prostitute?
A drink.
Not I don't want to say prostitute. I'm just saying
a side piece
yes,
sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, not a prostitute. Because if you're going to a prostitute, then you know, that's
Yes.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah. No, just it's tough. Relationships are tough.
And you know what? I think that certain things we as women we have to grow into and mature about. Because it is hormonal. It is the estrogen in us. It's, you know, we're built like, we're wired like that for some reason.
It's daily.
And also if you have double trouble if the woman hasn't been loved by her father.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you got baggage. Like
Yeah.
when you say you try to open up and she's like, I don't believe you, it's because
Right.
she's probably been betrayed so many other
and hurt
times
so
in
many
other
times.
relationships. Because even with me, like in a relationship that I'm in now, which I think is so far one of the best so far because it's really cool, but some of my baggage creeps in my mind. I'm like, is this nigga telling the truth? You know, it's just like, you know.
Now, do you just let it stay there?
What? Yeah.
The baggage.
Most of the time,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And you sometimes as a man, you just wish that baggage got lost. You lose it. You know, it's not going. You can't get it back. It's gone. Move on. You know,
I think
create
it
some other
helps,
baggage.
If you're with a sensible woman, if the man stays consistent.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to keep reminding her, hey, I'm consistent. What are you looking at? You're looking in the wrong direction.
I mean,
I'm right here.
in the beginning, it might be like that a few times, but as a man, when do you say it's enough? I can't convince this woman that
That's
not
a tough.
like I'm not like the
especially
other guys.
if you love her, and then she you know, it's kind of like 3 strikes, then you get that 4th one.
I think it comes to that point where it's like, you know, when you try, and then you can't convince her, and then she feels that you can't convince me, so I'm gonna go look elsewhere.
Yeah, and that's another thing. A lot of times, that woman will
she'll exit early.
Yeah, she'll exit on her own.
You know,
that's one thing about being a good person. Usually, that bad person or that person that can't really fulfill that, they'll end up leaving on their own. They'll do something really bad to totally embarrass you, where it crossed the line.
Or then some people just
I
go.
gotta roll.
Some people just go back to their natural habit, their natural form, what they're accustomed to.
Right.
Because sometimes they don't like that. Sometimes they're like, well, maybe this guy is telling me the truth. Maybe he is doing all this. I'm more comfortable with a motherfucker lying to me.
Right, and then a lot of times it usually crosses over into your family because they'll do something really ignorant, and then your mom or sister say, "Hey, this is what she did," and then you make a decision like, you know what, you tripped out on my mom. I can't have that. I'm out.
Like it was like on 30 Seconds Fights, I saw the dumbest shit. This had to be the most ignorant shit ever posted. This young dude, he had to be between 18 and 20. This motherfucker filming his girlfriend and his mom fighting.
Fist fighting?
Yes. And he's laughing. He's fucking laughing.
And how old was he?
He's about 18 or 20.
Oh, well, that's the problem.
And I'm just looking at how ignorant this motherfucker is, and he's sitting there, and his mom.
This whole generation, and I'm not putting them down because it's really not their fault. It is just pretty.
We dropped the ball.
They don't have guidance.
I have to say that.
They don't have guidance.
We dropped the ball. We dropped the ball. Our generation, my age bracket, looking down, we dropped the ball
but then
because
their parents,
we want to be friends
but then
with these
their
kids.
parents, I believe, came out of the 80s.
Yes.
Which was crack and that's what AIDS.
It was
came
that,
out too.
But then it was more or less that, you know, I'm not gonna raise my kids like I was
because
raised.
it seems like it's a lot of I don't know, young grandparents
yes.
now.
And it's like I'm not gonna raise my kids the way I was raised. I'm gonna be friends with my kids.
I'm gonna give them freedom
yes,
to be
express themselves.
Right.
You know, I heard a little girl walking down the block the other day with her grandmother. Her grandmother had to be in her 70s. And a little girl stopped, and she had to be about 5 or 6. And she just stopped, and she stomped her feet, and she put her hands on her hip, and she's like, I'm tired of you telling me that we have to go this way. Walk this way. And the grandmother was just like, okay. let's just go this way. And she just laughed at me, and I was just like, I wanted to say something, but I just said, okay, wow, that's where we at now? That's where we
I'm
at?
surprised the grandmother was 70 and not 40.
No, but I mean, she was,
Wow.
but that's where you at now. It's like, you go to Target, you see these kids arguing with their parents. My son tried to pull that when he was young, when I was married at the time, and his mom was like, just give it to him because I don't want him to act a fool here. He just rather have it. And I said, I don't give a fuck if he act a fool here now.
Back then in the day, you act a fool, you get slapped right in the
But you can't do that now because if you chastise, if you chastise your child, somebody will come up and say you shouldn't talk to that child that way because you're harming their self-esteem.
And then back in the day, somebody come up and say that, they liable to get their
knocked
ass
out. Yeah, they
beat.
get knocked out. Don't tell me how to raise my child unless you want to take this motherfucker home with you. But you can't do that these days.
No, that's why you got to do it in-house. You got to be consistent. They got to see that you're the man of the house, that dad is, he treats mom with love, but he's stern. It's time to go to bed, take your bath. I mean, little rituals that you have to create that's protocol to behavior. It's time to do your homework. It's time to have dinner. It's time to do your homework. It's time to take a bath. It's time to go to bed. Shut it down. It's time to get up in the morning. It's time to get dressed. It's time to brush your teeth. These are things that these kids are not getting at all.
Right.
They're not getting just the little rules that we had to abide by that allowed us to follow the other rules outside of that or above that.
A lot of these kids are not disciplined now. A lot of these kids are not.
And it's discipline in just those few little things of daily things that you have to do creates discipline.
Right. And I saw the difference even with Julius back and forth between me and his mom. When he would be with me, how he have to get up at a certain time.
Right.
How we had to be out the house within a certain time that was allotted. Then when he's with his mom, when he comes back, how he takes his time, how he procrastinates, and then I have to put my foot down, put it in his ass, and hey man, we gotta go. We gotta go. You're not with your mom. How his mom was always, didn't care about the time. I get there when I get there. It's like with me, no, we don't do that. This is how we do it.
And it teaches them how to work at a job and realize all that comes back. Muscle memory. Hey, 323-293-3375. I'm Louis Dix.
Jeff Arnold.
What's the name of this show?
It's Man's World.
Man's World.
Well, they should be like the dishes should be washed. The plates should be up dried. She should be just like chilling and relaxing now.
Yeah, and hopefully when he says dishes and plates, that doesn't mean paper plates or paper cups.
Not put them in a dishwasher, hand wash.
Yeah, make the man's meal on a plate. It's just it's little things. We're gonna take a break.
Should know what that means by now.
Got you. We'll be back. Yeah, Marvin Gaye. See, when a man put on Marvin Gaye, a woman knew what time it was.
That was it.
She knew she was going to get some romance. She knew she'd probably get some breakfast. Teddy, she's just going to get it.
All night.
Yep. That's what
all night long.
Get it, and then he's going to say bye or whatever. But
tell her to close the door on the way out and cut off the light.
But Marvin, she knew she was going to get some romance. So, that I Want You album, for any young boys
32 years ago
trying to deal with how to make love and all that, listen to the I Want You album. That'll give you some rhythm. That was my album.
But you got to go back, they just got to, go back and just, I tell my son, do the research, man. It's like, I have him listening to like the oldies now. He's starting to get into them.
Well, that word is kryptonite to kids, research.
Yeah.
And then it's right at their tip of their fingers, but, they'd rather, do Instagram or post or Facebook.
It's funny because I've been texting, it was my little cousin, Jordan. He been texting me all night.
Overseas, right?
No, he went over to China for a while, but he been texting me, telling me how dumb I look with my Cub jersey on. Like the Cubs lost.
Yeah, I was asking somebody about him, and they said he was overseas.
Yeah, he was overseas for a minute.
I heard he was on that team that won the $1 million. That's what I heard.
No.
That wasn't him?
No.
Oh. You know what team I'm talking about?
Yeah, they have that little, those basketball players, it went up to $1 million this year. It was $100,000 last year.
Oh, and he wasn't on that team?
No. I wouldn't be here.
Hilarious.
That motherfucker. I'm waiting for that motherfucker to make some money. No, he been texting me all night talking about.
He's
Cubs.
back in town.
Yeah, the Cubs suck. Because he got to wear a jersey. I got to give him a jersey. That was the part of the bet. So he's like, he's not going to wear it.
Is he a Laker fan? He's
a Laker and a Dodger fan. So he bet against me. He lost. So he's like, I'm never going to wear a Cubs.
And sports Teeter's sports ticker, the Lakers won. So and
but they like 3-5 now.
They beat the Warriors, who last night.
They beat the Hawks last night.
Yeah, but tonight they beat the Warriors. I just looked it up.
They beat the Warriors?
Yeah, they beat the Warriors, 117-97.
At the Staples Center?
Yeah.
Ah.
And last night the Warriors beat OKC. It was the first time that Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook got back together since the departure.
But you see how it is, how funny sports is, though? Because last year this time, fucking Golden State was on a roll.
Right.
They were undefeated up into 35-0.
Right. Cleveland, I believe, is 5-0.
Yeah. The Bulls are 5-1.
Yeah.
So, and
saying,
your Sixers, they just like, y'all gonna finally get it together.
But they said that your Bulls, they say, what's his name?
D-Wade?
Yeah, is playing way above. You can't expect him to sustain that. He's actually hitting threes. It's like, no.
Yeah, he's home, playing for the hometown crowd.
Derrick Rose is playing too?
No, he's with New York.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was found not guilty, him and his two friends.
Right.
They were found not guilty.
Right.
They said that she lied. So
about them doing what?
About allegedly raping her.
Right. That was a storyline in Queen Sugar too.
Yeah.
One of the storylines.
With D Rose?
Not him, but a pro basketball player.
Oh, okay.
That was a good episode. Last week was okay. The week before that, on the 26th, was off the chain.
So it was a big question going on Twitter a couple of weeks ago that we missed out. What do you think about how women now are saying how black men are becoming so much weaker now because they're marrying the celebrities, and now they actually asking and being granted alimony because Mary J. Blige's ex wants $130,000 a month.
That's what he gets?
That's what he wants.
That's what he wants?
Yeah. So, and then Tasha Smith, she got hit with it.
Who?
Tasha Smith, the actress that is all the Tyler Perry
movies. But didn't she won hers though? Didn't she?
I think she got it lower, but no, she still got hit with it though.
And Sherry Shepherd,
she's double.
Really?
Yes.
Well, she got the baby too.
Yeah. So she had to keep her name on the child's birth certificate.
And how much is she giving him?
At the first, Jeffrey, the first husband, I think he gets like $15,000.
Oh, he's still getting?
Yes. And then Sherry's ex, the one that she married, I think he wanted everything that the first one got, and he wanted the son treated the same exact way that her biological son is getting. So that's what he fought for, and he got close to it. So.
Well, I mean.
So that was a big thing, and it was like,
See, that goes back to my point of I was saying. Now, when women do it, they deserve it.
Right.
When men do it, they weak.
Yeah. When Derek Fisher's wife is getting $111,000 a month, plus an additional $15,000 for child support, and they got two boys, so that's $7,500 apiece for each boy, and she gets $111,000, and she's good with that. So, but when a man steps up and he does that, because he's saying he was married to Mary J for like 12 years. He was the guidance counselor. He was the manager, and he was like, security. So he said he's entitled to that, which I think, okay, if she's the breadwinner.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, that's hey.
I mean, it's all good. I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Again, I go back to saying Title IX. You guys want to be equal. That's part of being equal. I mean, that's just
maybe she could have. Maybe she should have considered in the beginning prenuptial.
I think that's the only fair thing to do. I mean, if she started
if you ever hit now the way you feel with Code 3, would you do prenuptial?
Yeah, I'm broke and I do prenuptial. I'll do it broke.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's only fair. It's only fair to her and me. It's only fair to both. If you're of a certain age, if you start off young together and you're building it, cool. But if you both come into it, have life experience, and you're a certain age, then yeah, you should make sure that you walk away with what you have. I walk away with what I have. Your 401ks, et cetera, et cetera. That's what you should walk away with. You got a house, you walk away with your house. He got a house, you walk away with his house. I believe that's important because both people should be able to maintain their lifestyle for themselves. That's only fair.
So if you got married at this juncture in your life, and then your career took off, you would actually say we need to get a prenup now?
Yeah, I would walk away with because that's only fair. I mean, I'm not going to just walk away and not leave her anything. She's going to be taken care of. If I'm doing fine, she's going to be doing fine. Okay. But I'm not going to, we're of age. We don't have children and all that. She'll have her house. I'll have my house. And basically, she'll have her 401ks. I'll have my 401k just in case. And if she needs something, she needs it. But hopefully,
you don't want to go into, you make more than me or this, and I want to get into your 401k and all that.
No, everyone should keep what they invest. That's her. She's been in her workforce for over 20 plus years, and I've been in mine. So you take yours, I take mine, and whatever we built together, we'll split. But I don't want any of yours.
Okay.
But Mary J. Blige is different. Like he said, he was her manager, her bodyguard. He had to listen to her.
And he
her
got
rants.
paid for that.
Yeah. So he was granted that, though, right?
No,
I don't know if he was granted.
She said he got paid that while he was doing it.
Right.
Right. So during the divorce, he's asking for like $138,000 a month.
And I think he should get that.
He's asking for that.
He should get that. Just like Derek Fisher's wife getting what she gets.
I don't think, if let's say allegedly he was cheating and that's what broke up the relationship, she should not pay him.
Okay, but if a woman cheats, the guy should have to pay her?
No.
Well, that's not how it works.
A lot of these states are now going with no fault.
Whoever betrayed the marriage should not get
that
shit.
Used to be the old way, but
now a lot of these states are now going no fault. So you don't want to. It doesn't care who cheated or whatever. You all came to the decision that you don't want no longer be married. It's dissolved. So this is what it has to be now.
Yeah, it ain't about no morals.
You cheated on me, and this is all that. So a lot of these states are falling.
Because bottom line, if she was handling her business better, he wouldn't be out there cheating. I'm just saying that's not true.
I was about to say.
That ain't necessarily true.
Some dudes, no matter how good the woman is, they'll cheat.
But the shoe's on both feet now. Because no matter how good the man is, the woman, she still would dip.
And again, I go back to you guys want to be equal. Then that's part of being equal. That's part of it. That's part of the game. No, but just the repercussions of it. The repercussions of it. 323-293-3374.
I don't see anything wrong with a man, if it's reasonable. If he was with the woman at the start of her career and he was supportive, he stayed home, took care of the kids, whatever.
But he wasn't there
if he was playing that role, then
they don't have kids, right?
No.
But he wasn't there at the beginning because she was messing.
She was already a star.
She was messing with JoJo, so he came along after that. That was the rebound, and they weren't supposed to.
Maybe he should get a percentage of what she made during the 10 years they were married.
Should be prorated. Listen, you know what? She should just give him what he wants and move on. She wrote a song for The View. She getting paid every time that View plays that music.
So now the interesting one is like if Beyonce and Jay-Z got married, do you think he should dip into her earnings?
They married, right?
Yeah. But if they got divorced, do you think that he should dip into her earnings?
No, they both are empires. They go their separate ways.
Okay.
And keep that thing and give it all to Blue. Is that the baby's name?
Blue Ivy.
Give it all to Blue and
let Kanye go on a rant talking about our kids ain't never played together.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, should their kids play together? We have a caller. Hey, caller. Damn, something's in my eye.
Yo, Lou, what up, man?
That moth.
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, is that Chatty Patty sitting next to you?
Yeah, who is this?
Yeah.
This is Willy Wonka, man. Sweet Willy Wonka Joe.
Oh.
All right. Well, I don't really want to know a grown man named Sweet Willy Wonka, but there was Sweet
Slice and Dice.
There was Sweet Dick Willie, which is Robin Harris' character name, but what's your real name?
Willie. Yo, man, my grandmama named me that, man.
Well, then,
I ain't gonna front.
with all due respect to your grandmother, she didn't know you were going to make it to the 2016. Who is this?
My man.
Sweet Willy Wonka. He's the dude to be on the. He leaves comments on the YouTube.
Yeah, man.
He called me a snitch.
Oh, he called you. Where are you from, man?
He said he called me a snitch. Then he cut you up on the Rollout show talking about you talk all that shit about Speedy, but then you sit in for him and sub. So this
you follow the comments like that?
Well, I sat in for Speedy.
Motivation.
I sat in for Speedy because Poet has called and asked me.
And I'm glad that you did, Lewis.
That's why I did that. There's certain friends that
Let me just say something, because somebody else made comment today when me and Hope were joking on Speedy, right?
Right.
We've all been knowing each other well over 20 years, all of us, and we are family. We joke on each other all the time. There's no hate anywhere in the scenario. Everybody's happy for Speedy. He deserves it. And we joke on him. Speedy's the biggest joker on talking shit on people.
Yeah, we don't really think Speedy's stardom is going to last that long anyway while he's doing the film. It's not going to.
It's 15 minutes finally came to surface.
This is just, I mean, again, Jamie Foxx's coattail is only so long. So this he's going to fall back to reality. So it's not like we think he's left us. He's going to come back he'll be back to being broke. This is not something that's going to be, it's not something that's going to be long lasting. He's not over the hump.
Now Lewis is hating on Speedy.
You know, but so what's your family? Are you married? Do you have a family? What do you do?
Yo, Lou, first of all, you cold on them jokes, cuz. You are cold.
Oh, man.
You be clouded. Hey, Lou, let me ask you a question.
Sure, man.
When you stare at Speedy and when he's talking, does Speedy's head remind you of Warren Moon?
No, I mean, Speedy reminds me of somebody that was very lucky. He met a good friend, Jamie Foxx, and they were friends. They're true friends. And sometimes, like, Dr. Cosby was my friend, but I caught on too late. You know, if I was there in the 80s, Robin Harris was my good friend, but he died.
Yeah.
So Speedy has just been lucky. Every now and then, he's had a friend that really loves and cares for him.
Well, no, I think in honor of Jamie's been a true friend to him.
Yeah.
I mean, they are boys.
Yeah.
In the essence of the words, in the term, they are boys.
Yeah, he truly loves Speedy and looks out for Speedy, which is what everybody needs. So, you know, that's just in Speedy, but Speedy doesn't really know how to handle it. Now it's progressed to him writing the movie and doing well, and this is 20 years in the making for Speedy, and if you stay in line long enough, your time is going to come.
Right.
If you stay in line long enough, your time is going to come. And this is a good time for Speedy, and hopefully it'll mature in the other good times. I doubt it. I think this is it.
One hit and done.
Yeah, I think but
straight to DVD.
He's not a good actor, so that's not going to happen. You're not going to see him act well in the film and say, wow, he's going to get another role.
Now, did he write the movie?
Supposedly, but Jamie has the writing credit. Again, that's...
And Jamie's directing it.
No, well, Speedy's executive producer.
So that's
Speedy
good.
acting in it? Is he acting in it?
Yeah, he has a role. He plays a role. Yes.
Sorry, bro. I ain't mean to cut you off, dog. But you got to calm down, homie. I mean, Speedy, 34 and a half years later, the nigga is doing his thing. Come on, Lou.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm happy for him. I'm just saying. No, he's been doing his thing for a while, for a long time.
The greatest thing what we do, there is no time limit on it, though.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying is that everybody has hits and has time when they make money. Like Speedy's been able to somewhat take care of his kids, and he found a good woman. I mean, as you know, Michelle, he's found a good woman. He's happy, which is what you want to be. He's happy. You know, he's fat. He's happy.
Oh, wow.
He's not fat.
No, he's fat. He's fat,
dog.
Holmes.
He's plus size.
No, if you measure him to the,
he's chunky.
He's chunky. But you know,
No.
it's. I'm not mad at Speedy. I'm happy for him because that means he's in line to do something else, which opens it up for some other people. You know, so
exactly.
I mean, and
That's
he's
Hollywood talk, dog.
huh?
That's what everybody says. Everybody says, yo, you open up the door, they open up the door for other niggas. Come on, man. That's Hollywood
No,
talk,
I meant that wherever he's leaving, wherever he's going. So the space that he's leaving, now someone else is going to step into that space. As low as that space may be, it's now a space for someone. Speedy's,
What,
you know.
writing? Writing?
Well, even sitting in for him, I mean, Kevin Tate now came in and has got to work in radio. He got to sit in for Speedy, which helps his chops. Well,
Lou, hold on, Lou. Black people have been doing radio, writing, producing, directing. That's been well known, documented, all that shit. When you producing like blockbusters, when you're distributing blockbusters, when you own theaters in China, that's the next level, dog. You know that.
No, I'm with you. What I'm saying is that Speedy is when if you 20 years or 30 years ago, if you said to Speedy, hey, you know, you'll probably be executive producing a movie, it wasn't there. Now it's here. So his next step is doing something else. You know, he now has that credit. It's built on credits. That's
Speedy,
what.
Okay.
You know, it's built on credits. So what I'm saying is now Kevin Tate has a credit of sitting in hosting a radio show.
Oh, wow.
He's getting his chops.
And look, bro, Lou, I love Speedy. I met Speedy personally when he came to Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love that brother, man. He cool, man. You know, I ain't got no beef with him. I like him.
Well, that's
He's a
obvious.
joke.
It's you like Speedy and everything because you don't know him.
No.
If you knew, I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
Speedy is a very likable guy.
I'm just kidding.
Let's
Man.
calm the room down.
Oh, shit.
Whether you are in entertainment or whether you are working at UPS, there is a Speedy every fucking where. So I know Speedies. You know what I mean?
I
Are
agree
you a
with you.
Speedykin?
I think Speedy is a very talented person.
Hold on, Lou. Poe got jokes. Let me get on Poe now. Poe, you already know this is a man's world. So you just swing that hair back, baby, and cup them breasts and just calm down. You know what I'm saying? Let men talk. You know what I mean?
Lewis likes that. Look at his face.
No, I think this guy has rhythm. He's funny. He's got rhythm.
I ain't got no rhythm, dog. But hey, man, let me get to something right quick though, cause I got to address this shit. My man.
Yeah, I'm listening.
John Lemon. You there?
Yeah, he's
I'm sitting right here. I ain't going no.
Why you chatty patty snitching FBI informant on me, cuz? So I don't even dig that shit.
Hey, you see the whole
snitched
thing.
on yourself.
Exactly.
You're the one that made
You
a
that
public comment.
Yeah, you can clap on the motherfucker, but when the motherfucker clap back on you, you got issues with it.
Hey, man.
No, you can clap on me. I have a problem with that. I like clap back.
All right then.
See, that's part of what we're saying in the man's world. You're in the chat room and talking and saying that. Then we're more acceptable if you call and be who you are and talk like you're talking now. I like you. You know, I have more respect for you now, talking and calling it out and saying what you want to say because you're funny and you got a point of view. You're not a punk. You're a man, and that's what men do. Men call each other and say, "Hey, this is how I feel." Yes.
Lou, you from Philly or what part of Philly you from? You from Pennsylvania, Philly?
No,
or you from,
I'm from Philly.
Philadelphia, Mississippi.
No, Southwest Philly. I'm from Philly.
Okay, you from the real Philly, right?
Yes.
I'm from Newark, New Jersey, okay?
Same dirty water. The Peppermint Club. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. We all grew up on brown water coming out the sink, right?
Yep.
All right. My man over here, standing to your motherfucking right.
I'm from the south side of Chicago.
Nigga, south side of Chicago these. Nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Nigga, well, shit, I don't give a fuck about Brownsville, New Jersey.
Hey, nigga, look, let me tell you
Nigga,
something.
what? Tell me what? You can't tell me shit, homie.
Like this, man.
You can't tell me shit, homie.
All right.
The comment I made was about 3 girls. My homeboy, he got on the side his roster. They're not his wife, his baby mama.
Okay.
He ain't paying no bills with them, nothing.
All right.
They just bitches he fucking.
Right.
Me and my homeboy lived in the same complex. Them bras came to my house and brought the pussy to me.
All right, don't say that word.
All right, I'm sorry, the chocha. Okay?
Thank you. That's a better word.
They brought the chocha to me, player. I took advantage of the situation. When a broad come to your crib with sweatpants on and she talking about she want to talk, what does that mean? Okay? Thus far, we was 23, 24 years old at the time. Young nigga shit. I told the motherfucking broad, it is what it is. I told my man, after he got mad, I said, look, I'm going to bring a girl through for you. I brought a broad for him. She was down because it was me, him, and her. When a girl come through like that, she know what time it is. I let him have his fun. I let him get back one on me. It's young nigga shit. I will not do it right now at 34 years old. It's over. It's done. It's not like we was young and stupid, man.
All
You
right.
from Southside Chicago. You supposed to know the G code, man. What TDP
but wait a
at,
minute.
man?
Okay, but hold up. Was he married when you brought the girl over?
Hell no. He got no kids. He drink every fucking weekend. We just fucking around. We young niggas, man. It's not that serious, man. I think that your man right there with the motherfucking Arthur Ashe haircut, he got it fucked up because he thought I'm trying to sneak and creep on a nigga, and it's not like that. I'm just coming through with bitches. He coming through with bitches, and the bitches pick and choose who the fuck they want to fuck with. That's the way the game go. G code, nigga.
Okay, well, you know what? That's
okay.
I understand. That's okay.
I think you got it fucked up. You misinterpreted what I said, homie.
Okay,
What's up?
listen. That's why men have to talk. I'm
And
not
these are jokes, Lou. These are jokes. Ain't nobody taking it serious.
Okay,
Exactly.
no, and then I'm saying I don't condone. As far as we as men have to treat women better. Now, mind you,
No, whoa, Lou. Women have to respect themselves
Right.
before a man can respect them.
all right,
dog. Come
yeah,
on.
but I understand that. But I'm thinking, here's
I'm
my
not going to disrespect Poetess if she goddamn come to me and say she worship goddamn Jesus, and I'm going to be like, well, bitch, suck a dick. I ain't going to do that shit. I ain't no stupid nigga.
All right, I'm with you. Here's the thing. I think that's okay for you, like you said, there was young stuff and all that. But I have
Right.
I have a policy that you don't have to put all of that out there. That's something between
Okay.
you and your boy. That you and your boy, because that's what women do really well. If they do something like that, it's between them, and they ain't got to be telling everybody. Men brag on that. I believe there's so much more to you, funny and serious and otherwise, that you can brag about and tell us about. Just like you changed that word to whatever you changed it to, which was funny.
Chocha.
Right.
Chocha.
I think it's more to you than. I believe there's more to you than that story about bringing the girl over and her with sweatpants. Just her coming over with sweatpants was enough. That was funny.
But Lou, man. But check it, bro. I love you to death, my brother. But you got to understand, brother, the environment you in, like, for example, Lou, if I took you out of your space right now and I dropped you off in jail and you had to do 5 years, you got to adjust to that, dog.
Okay, that's what
The
I'm
world
saying.
I live in, listen, Lou, the world I live in today, bro, this ain't 1991 when people grew up with the Cosby Show. These bitches is crazy, dog. You got girls, Lou, how many goddamn black women do you see running around looking like Richard Sherman, dog? They trying to fuck bitches. It's a crazy world, bro. Women are crazy out here, dog.
You know what? I can't argue with you on that. That women are crazy. It's a different world than 91.
It is.
But I think, again, as I said earlier, you got to match crazy with crazy. And I think that you have enough strength and enough juice as a man to not have to. If you got 10 crazies in front of you, I think you can turn 6 of them back the other way. Let the other 4 be crazy. We don't need all 10 of them to be crazy. That's kind of my point.
Look, man, I'm in Atlanta, bro. LA is different than Atlanta. because a lay is 10 Atlantas. Now, these bitches in Atlanta, they want to be a lay bitches, and they willing to do whatever they can. So look at this. I talked to a female a couple months ago. I said, young lady, how you doing? What's your interest? You know what I'm saying? I would like to take you somewhere just to introduce you to my world. And she was like, nigga, time is money. I'm a hoe, nigga. I said, well, damn. You look like an Instagram model. She said, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? Like, these are the women we dealing with, Lou. This ain't 1989 no more. These girls are crazy, man. It's ridiculous out here, bro. And I'm 34, bro.
Okay, listen. You're giving me a headache right now. I like you. I think you're a nice guy. But I just, you've given me enough ignorance for one night.
Hey, Lou.
All right, much respect, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes.
Hey, Lou. Shout out to your schnauzer. I love it. whenever you decide to gang bang, make sure you put about 3 or 4 bandanas on that nose. You gonna have to fucking let the witnesses.
See, that's what I'm saying.
know
That's what I'm saying. You are funny. You have a natural funniness that's totally away from the women. Yeah. You are funny, and I hope you keep getting your check on the 1st and 15th, and you're able to do things with it. God bless your EBT card.
We gotta go.
I can't.
Money, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. I know you do. I just said that so you could say what you really do, man. I knew you would say what you really did. That you got 4 trucks and you're a businessman.
And I
love y'all to death.
And I can't hate on you, man. You are funny, brother.
You funny. You funny. You funny.
All
right.
You,
and I want to say thank you for supporting a few of the shows here.
And I knew he was a business. I knew he was too smart, too funny to be just crazy.
How much you want to thank me, though, baby? What's going on?
Is what you got. So run with that.
Keep shooting them comments, too.
Have a good weekend.
All right.
Stay safe, yo.
That was an interesting young man. He's got a lot of...
he said he was going to call, too.
He's got a lot of... That's what I'm saying about the strength in men. You could feel it and hear it in him that he's a strong man. He's funny. He's witty. He's earthy. I mean, he knows the streets. Yeah. I think he can play in both worlds, and that's who we are as black men. He can play in both worlds. He can go in the corporate world and handle himself, and he can be on the street and handle himself. And I think if he introduced, and I'm sure he does, if he introduced these young ladies more to his corporate side and his truck side, he can sway, like out of those 10, 6 of them to go the right way. Yeah. And I like him. I like him. He gave me a headache. The cursing, the street.
Well, they come with the intimidation. Like you're supposed to back down with the high. You want to get real gangster and all that. Like, okay.
No, I'm okay with him.
See, like you said earlier, though, when you match crazy with crazy, it just settles down.
He was okay, but I like him being him. He didn't back down to who he was. Right. He knew what he was talking about. He's invested in the shows. He likes what he likes. He doesn't like what he likes. I mean, that's what men do. I'm sure he has a good woman who loves him and he loves her. I could feel that.
He's in Atlanta, so.
No, he's got a good woman who loves him. You can tell. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to handle the conversation. He went both sides.
He seems because he listens to our cop show that we have here too, and he calls in and he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he seems really smart. He's
cool.
Smart.
He's funny. He's quick-witted too.
He's street smart and business smart.
Like he reads a lot.
Yeah, he's street smart and he's funny. I mean, most people who are funny are intelligent. So and he's ATL. ATL is like that. I mean, ATL is. They help my son,
all day long.
Yeah, I like. He was. What was his name again?
Willy Wonka.
Willy Sweet Wonka Joe, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Now anybody that gives himself that name's got to know his history.
He said his grandmother gave him that name.
And he probably knows his ATL history from A to Z. Good for him. Yeah, so he's about how old you think?
He said he's 34.
Okay, 34.
So he watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory a lot of times.
Who was the guy that killed the kids in
Wayne Williams.
So they missed him. He should have taken a ride with Wayne Williams. Just kidding.
Back in the 80s and shit. Yeah, you missed that era, homie.
Yeah, no. Listen, it's been a lot of fun. He capped it off. It was a
Yeah.
great ending.
Thanks for that call.
I do have hope for 34-year-old people. That means he was born in what?
82, 80, 84, somewhere like that. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. He's 10 years older than my son. So,
yeah.
I had to look up the term millennials because that word has just been
It irks you?
thrown around so much.
Yeah, that's where they are now.
He's like I said, he owns 4 trucks.
He's a millennial.
Yeah, he owns 4 trucks. He knows the business. He can handle himself in the street. He won't be a victim. He's street smart. So I like that. I like scary. Scary.
But he's temperament though. So he seems like he'll go off quick.
Y'all just
if
know
you
all
address
this about this man.
If you address him, if you come back the same level that he comes at, because
no, he was respectful because when Lewis said, "I don't like that word," he switched it up.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's. I think he's got control because for you to own a business, you
gotta have control.
Yeah,
it ain't no joke.
Yeah, you gotta have.
Yeah, so he's just he knows. Like you say, if somebody goes at him street, he can come back at them street,
right,
and check them, and then he can go to his truck and run them over. Hey, it's been a lot of fun. I got to get home. Code 3's been out of town for 3 days.
So
Is she back?
She's back tonight. She went to a little seminar with
911 emergency.
I know I get to see Canoe tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm gonna get home and
get the medics ready.
Some pretzels.
Okay.
Some pretzels.
That's what we call when you get all twisted up.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey,
that was
peace.
great.
Shout out to you, man. TDP. We'll see you next week, homie.
All right, much
Speedy.
love.
Keep doing what you do.
We out.